I love this robot guy. Such a sociopath.
I know, it's so much better in Assault Horizon Legacy. Like, at least you get Richard Epcar there telling you to do shit.
Not the frigging Vision being like, we must bomb this school to maintain...
Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Combat 2.
Taking over the enemy arms production base. Your mission this time is to take over the enemy arms production base, which is the source of their main weapon supply. If we are successful, we not only inflict serious damage to enemy arms production, but also benefit from control of their base. For this reason, only eliminate escort planes over the base and ground unit. You must take over the base without damaging it. Target: the enemy arms production base defense unit. Remember, your target is the enemy's defense force and not the base itself. Try not to damage the base facilities. Identify your targets carefully.
I forgot he was Southern.
Yeah, I know, I don't know where you place this guy's accent in.
He sounds like that evil preacher from Poltergeist 2.
Oh god. So yeah, this is another one of these weird gimmick missions where it's like, okay, blow up this one thing, but not these other things.
You got to protect.
And of course, we also got our two named aces there for this mission. I think one of them is called Tall Man, the other's called, like, it's abbreviated, but I think it's called Metal Spear.
Ah! I look forward to dining on their hearts.
I don't know, I like to think that, like, the M stands for man, so it's like Manosphere, so we're basically taking on shitty-ass MRAs or something.
They're invading our manosphere!
I'd like to own a manosphere one of these days. That sounds fucking cool.
Yo, I'm pretty excited to hear the Kenny Loggins masterpiece Highway to the Friend Zone, man.
Oh god. You say that, but there are some really Kenny Loggins-esque tracks in this game.
Well, of course there are! It's Ace Combat!
You should have seen the one that I just did with Catterhall the other day. Like, it had smooth jazz as its mission background music.
I always love that.
I'm not making that up. It's like, Ace Combat 2 probably has the most experimental soundtrack of, like, all the Ace Combat games. And that's including Assault Horizon, where there's actually rap songs on it.
Although, to be honest, some rap or some drum and bass would go pretty well for a dogfight.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, the two rap songs on it play over a boss fight that happens in Legacy, and they're two of the better tracks in the game.
Well, if Anarchy Reigns taught us anything...
Oh god.
I like this teal MiG that you've got. It's very, flamboyant.
I'm pretty sure, like, that's close to an actual, like, color scheme that the Russian Air Force flies, but, yeah, there's some weird plane colors in Ace Combat 2, and I don't think you can really change any of them until, like, you've completed the game and, like, unlocked, like, the enemy color schemes and whatnot.
Oh, what a pity. So no, like, hot pink jet fighters.
There might be, but, I'm not making any promises.
That's a true ace. One who flies with style.
Like, you can get, like, hot pink flamboyant plane colors in, like, Legacy. And, like, there's even, like, you can get custom paint colors where you can color it whatever the hell you want, so you can make it, like, garishly pink if you want it.
Or earwax colored. That's my preferred color scheme.
Again, there are a couple of enemy color schemes or ace color schemes that do have that really ugly, like, infected diarrhea brown color to it.
Ah! Baby Diaper Squadron.
Oh god.
Hey, Tellman.
He got that name because he's 6'7".
That's too tall for a
barely-
fighter pilot.
I was gonna say, he could barely fit into that cockpit.
His knees are sticking up over his head. Gee, I remember Stephen Fry telling a story about how for a TV special he was flying in a like a British fighter jet, took a ride in there, and he's like 6'6", and they're like, well, it's a good thing we won't need to eject, and he's like, why is that? Well, because the canopy would tear your legs off.
Oh god damn.
And that's why I'm not a fighter pilot. Also, I have terrible reflexes and eyesight.
No, I'm the right height to be a fighter pilot. It's just, as you can see in playing this game, I'm a little bit spastic behind a flight stick sometimes.
That's what they call a crazy Ivan.
I thought that was a sub maneuver.
Yeah, I mean, really, what's a sub but the fighter jet of the sea? Boy, I hope you
say
don't have
that
too many
because-
military folks.
That's like half the thread, man.
Oh god, I'm sorry.
It's okay, you don't post in there, you won't be found out.
Whew, what a relief.
And here we go, here's Manosphere. But yeah, it's like funny that you mentioned the Crazy Ivan, because like when I was in the hospital, like one of the channels you could get on the TV that they got me was AMC, and they were just rerunning like either Die Hard or Hunt for Red October constantly because it was like the 30th anniversary or 20th anniversary of both of them.
Oh boy, Hunt for Red October is a hell of a product of its time.
Oh god, yeah. Starring Alec Baldwin as the most non-action action star ever.
Alec Baldwin before he got all Elvis-y.
Yeah.
And Sean Connery playing a quote-unquote Russian.
Yeah. With a thick-ass Scottish accent. I love the fact that Sean Connery never bothers to try an accent in any role he plays, no matter what nationality it's supposed to be.
I don't think he physically can.
Well, he can't anymore because the man's retired now, and he's like 87.
Absolutely, but I mean, can you imagine Sean Connery talking to a grandkid? You know, he wouldn't be all like, oh, hey, how's it going? He'd be all like, how are you then? Look at this little baby!
Yeah, push it. My favorite / horribly depressing Sean Connery story is that he was offered the role of Gandalf when Peter Jackson was ramping up to do Lord of the Rings, and he turned it down for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and that was his final film role ever before he retired.
Oh, boy.
Like, still, at the same time, I'm kind of glad that he turned it down, because I really don't want creepy Scottish Gandalf. Hobbit! Shh. Like, no, thank you, Sean. Okay, goodbye.
I really wouldn't want to see the scene where he just backhands Bilbo across the chops.
Yeah. Although, yeah, that scene with the Wizard's duel with Saruman would probably go the exact opposite way. Like, he would just beat the shit out of poor Christopher Lee.
Just give him the old Glasgow kiss.
So Ace Combat, we should be talking about that probably.
Well, from what I could see, you know, you were dueling the enemy aces, now you gotta take out these, I assume, low-cost housing developments. Well, they could be harboring insurgents.
I was gonna say the rebels are doing something nice for the local peoples of the FCU.
No, I can't have that.
No, this is quote-unquote a weapons development facility, which for some reason is a giant cross-shaped thing in the middle of a lake for no reason.
I don't even have a snappy guess. This is ridiculous.
Yep. They don't call it strange reel for nothing.
A little bit less real today.
Yeah. This is early Strange Reel. This is Strange Reel before it was Strange Reel. This was back when Namco, or when Project Aces or Namco was just going, fuck it, let's make a fighter plane game. I don't know.
But we can't snap on the Russians.
Yeah. Yep. Where do you want to set it? I don't know. Here, let me just draw some squiggly lines on a piece of paper.
Let's just take...
Fuck it, we'll call it Uzia.
Perfect. We'll take Middle Earth and flip it upside down.
Yeah. It's like, what would happen if we combined Europe and Asia, even though they already are one gigantic continent?
Squint real hard at this globe and tell me what you see.
Oh, hey, look, I can see Osea from here.
I'll bet you can.
Yeah, because it's like a quarter of the fucking planet.
I can see Ustio from my house.
Oh god, could you imagine, like, the Strange Reel equivalent of Sarah Palin?
I can imagine that she would be just salivating at a military budget 90% of GDP. Fake-ass bullshit planes.